Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Wednesday Night Build Show. I'm your host, Ben Estrino, over here at the Empower Studio. Today, we're building another PC. Hang out, sit back, relax, ask all of the questions. Remember, if you like this kind of nerdy stuff, give us a follow on all of our channels. We're over on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Kick, YouTube. You name it, we're probably there. But seriously, follow and share. It helps us out a lot. We appreciate it. So before we get started, just a quick reminder, we have the $1 PC. All revenue that comes from any of the streams goes towards the $1 PC giveaway, which is up for grabs for any of our Twitch or Kick subscribers. Kick's currently not open for subs because we have not unlocked that feature yet. So if you could go over and follow us on Kick, that would help us unlock that to get better or more revenue towards the $1 stream would help. Or $1 gaming PC. We also just made an announcement today about our new partnership with Chamber Tech. We now offer PC optimizations and overclocking with Chamber Tech. You can get your new gaming PC overclocked and tuned by Chamber Tech before it's even shipped out. All you got to do is make sure you add that to the cart before you check out. It is listed under the services on the website. Or if you're requesting a custom PC build by us, make sure to check the box that says have the PC optimized by Chamber Tech, or you could just simply ask us during any of the process to make sure that that's included, and we will make sure that's included in your order. But back to what's happening now. We are not just building any old gaming PC. Today we are building a custom PC. Specifically, this PC was customized for a customer that is local. He was looking for a gaming PC. He already has an RX 6800 XT graphics card, so we will not be building with the graphics card that's going in this system out of the gate. So I'll probably likely use like one of the cards that I have sitting around here, like an RTX 3060 or something. Something that I could just throw in there to get it posting, because this is a Ryzen 9 7900X. This does not have any onboard video, so we will need a graphics card in order to post and finish the setup of the PC before he comes and brings the graphics card, probably tomorrow or another day when he comes to pick up, and we'll slap the card in there. So we are building without the graphics card, technically. But we do, situations like that because a lot of people already have certain parts and they want to finish the rest of the build, and we work with people like that, so not a big deal. Anyway, we're going to be live streaming this build tonight from start to finish, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask any of the questions during the live stream. I'm happy to answer them, and without further ado, let's go ahead and run through the build out of this PC. So today, we're going to be building with the AMD Ryzen 9 7900X, which is 12 cores, 24 threads, 5.6 gigahertz max boost. It's got, it's one of the better, I'd say, top AMD CPUs out there on the market, outside of the 7950 and also the X3D processors. But I mean, this thing is a beast in its own and is going to do a really good job with that 6800 XT. We have a Thermalright AM5 contact frame. We also we'll be using Thermal Grizzly's Cryonaut Extreme thermal paste, Deep Cool LT720 liquid AIO cooler. That's the LT720 back here. We're going to be building in white, and it is a white themed build. But this is a 360 millimeter AIO. We're going to try to sneak 6 fans on there. 3 fans on the bottom, 3 fans on the top. It's really just depends on if the case is going to allow it or not with the motherboard and its size up top. We have been struggling with that with the bigger X670 motherboards just because their heat sinks coming off the VRMs and whatnot are just a little bit larger at the top of the board. So we'll see if we could do that. If not, then we'll just be running the 3 fans. Let's see here. Motherboard Asus Prime X670P Wi-Fi AM4. So this is your X670 motherboard. Kind of got the white silver, but close enough to white that we can work with. And it didn't... If you want a white motherboard, they're usually an extra $100+, and it's just kind of stupid to spend that extra money when the motherboards are already outrageously priced. So try to keep it as close as possible to a reasonable price as we can. We're going with DDR5, obviously with the AM5 build. We're going with DDR5, so we have the Trident Z5 Neo RGB RAM. This kit is excellent. It's a 6000 megahertz kit. There's 2 16 gig sticks. I believe the timing on this is 32. CL30. Oh, it's CL36. CL36. So not bad. It's a good kit. Then we also have, let's see, our 2 terabyte. Did we go to? Yep. 2 terabyte M.2 NVMe PCIe 4.0 Gen 4. This is the Samsung 990 Pro. This is probably one of the fastest SSDs that are out there and available. Really can't get much faster than that on Gen 4. Let's see, the video card, obviously we talked about it. It's customer provided 6800 XT, so he'll be bringing that in when he comes to pick up, which is why you don't see a video card here and why you won't see one during the stream, unless we use well, I will be using like an RTX 3060, something to get it up and running. The case we're going to be building with is a Fantex Eclipse G500 A, and this is a ATX mid tower. It's going to be in white. It's a beautiful case. It's got some addressable RGB at the front of it and an addressable RGB strip at the bottom along the glass. It's beautiful. It's all white. Let's see. Outside of the case, we have a MSI 1000 watt PCIe 5.0 power supply. So this is a power supply that would be ready for any of the newer graphics cards if you ever wanted to upgrade and needed that 16-pin adapter or connector. This card will have that for him. So it'll provide all of those new features that power supplies are becoming, or PCs require them now, or going to be requiring them. So it's got all those new features, the ATX 3.0 and the PCI 5.0. Hey guys, hey Divinity Sweats, how's it going, man? Optimization gain is a little hot on your mic, speaking pretty hard. That's because I'm probably speaking too close to it. Hold on. I'm probably speaking too close to it, so I apologize if it's too loud. Hey Brett, finally able to watch a full stream. Nice. Welcome. Yeah, let me check the gain real quick. Yeah, I can see where it's popping. It's because normally the mic is like way far away from me when I'm talking, and right now it's like way up here, so I didn't really think of that. Sorry about that. If that was too loud, I apologize. So anyway, we also have some white, some sleeved cabling to go in the case. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and let's build this thing. I'm gonna grab the graphics card real quick. So I've got a handy dandy RTX 3060 here. We'll be using that. Let's go ahead and switch the views so we can get a top down. And it looks like I didn't adjust the camera yet. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Hey, Dwayne, over on Kick. Keep grinding a lot of chain. Oh, nice. If you want to do comment tab and stream, let's grow together. Oh, one of those guys. I'm all right, sir. Thank you, though. If I'm going to follow you, I'm going to follow you because I want to follow you because you're cool and I like your content. And I'll check you out. So I guess we need those. We don't need these. Need that. That. These. Let's get building. I don't know what type of music you want to call this, but it's kind of like I'm going back to the 70s all of a sudden. Alright, so here's our X670 by Asus. It's our Prime series. Big chunk of metal on it. Beautiful board. It's going to go well with the white theme that we're working with. And we do have an AM5 contact plate, though this is not really a requirement for AM5. I don't think there's much of a benefit to run these, if I remember correctly. Last time we tested, wasn't much of a benefit. So we'll go ahead and swap it out since we have it here now. Normally I don't leave the pins exposed like that for that long. So we got the CPU in there, so we're going to drop that in, and then we're going to remove these AM5 brackets that are stock here and replace it with the contact frame by Thermalright. But I like to drop the CPU in there so we don't damage the pins by accidentally dropping a Talon wrench or something else onto the pins. All right, there we go. The driver and the stock bracket will be included, so that if you ever have an issue with it, you have those tools available to you. We're going to move on to the SSD, the Samsung 990 Pro. Like I said earlier, this is probably one of the fastest SSDs for Gen 4 you can get, in my opinion. I don't think there is anything else out there that's faster than this. So Divinity, are you still hanging around here, or are you, did you take off? I actually have a question for you. Yeah, let me just drop that on there. Alright, off to the DDR5 RAM. Again, this is Trident Z5 Neo RGB. We've got 2 sticks, total of 32 gigabytes, AMD Expo, 6000 megahertz CL36 by G-Skill. It's a pretty kit. Yo, what's up? What's up, Papa Goose over there on Kick? Yo, Reese, what's up? How's it going? Let's not install the RAM backwards. I always think the name should be showing top down, but for some reason it's always the opposite. My bad. Haven't gotten over it yet. Nothing much, just hanging out. Just saw your new partnership. Yes, sir. Chamber Tech. He's on board. Whoops. I guess we're celebrating by let's build a PC. Come celebrate with me. There we go. We got a Ryzen 9 7900X and our DDR5 RAM installed, as well as our 2 terabyte Samsung 990 Pro. Got all that installed. Seems like there's like something on there, but it's not. Yeah. So now we can go ahead and get the case out. Get started on that. Y'all have been waiting to see me struggle with getting this piece out of the box. We actually just did one of these builds with the G500A just last week. And it's actually already made it to the customer. It arrived today. Super stoked about it. I'm so happy that it got there within a timely manner after it was shipped, and everything went great. This one we're doing in white instead of black. And that's the beauty of PC building, especially custom PC building, is you're not building the same thing over and over again. You get to build all sorts of crazy beasts, like the one behind me. Guys, look behind me. I've got an open loop back there, kind of in the works. Big open loop right there. The only thing we're missing is the distro plate that was supposed to be shipped from the US. It didn't ship from the US. It shipped from China, and now I'm sitting here waiting for it. Everything's here except for the distro plate, and it's supposed to be here, I think, the 27th. Kind of sucked. LOL. And then get it optimized. This one does not have the optimization, though. That would have been really cool. Although I would just say, hey, chamber. And this one doesn't have the graphics card with us. The customer actually is having us do the build, and he already has a graphics card that he's pulling out, I think, out of his old system, and he's going to be putting it into this one. So we don't technically have the full PC here, which is kind of a unique situation as well. So we'll be throwing in one of my RTX 3060s in here, just to get it up and running and finish out the Windows drivers and all that. So you need to get both of them optimized. Well, I would definitely recommend going and checking out Chamber Tech. He's got all of his information there on the Twitter. You don't have to go through the website. That's just really for if people are having us build the PC and then want it optimized as well. But if you're just going to have your PC optimized, I say just go straight through him, reach out to him, or go on his website and order it right there. Probably be the best way to do it. Yeah, he has a discount code and all sorts of cool stuff, so make sure you go check him out. So I'm going to just finish getting this case pulled apart so I can start working with it. Got lots of panels on the back side. And then we'll flip it around here, and I think I want to try to get the brackets on this board for the cooler if I can before I mount it. I remember aim 5 a little bit. Yeah, I definitely want to deal with that if I have to first. But yeah, Chamber Tech's a really cool dude, and you know, I went through and watched what he does, and as part of his process. You know, I'm not just gonna recommend anybody to overclock PCs, because overclocking can be dangerous, and it can also negatively impact. But he did a whole bunch of thorough tests, which I really liked after he was doing the overclocking. To make sure that it was stable and actually providing positive results instead of negative results. And then he's also really good about following up afterwards, or answering any questions afterwards, or if there's any issues, he's able to really help with that. So he's just all around really cool dude. So really trust him. That's why we went ahead and made this all happen. So I'm glad to have him on board. So this case, if I didn't already tell you which one it is, it's the Fantex Eclipse G500A. Brett, you might remember me talking about Fantex. This is the exact case that I love, and I wish Micro Center would be carrying, but they don't. So I can't really pick up a case on short notice. Also, I would like Micro Center one day to kind of look at Thermalright, see if they're going to start carrying any of their products. That'd be kind of cool. So I'm starting to like their products a lot. The more and more I play around with their stuff. The more and more I play around with their stuff, the more and more I like it. But this is the Fantex G500A. So it has addressable RGB fans, 140mm fans already here in the front, 3 of them. Supports a 360mm AIO at the top and the front, and then it has a 140mm fans on the rear, not included. And then this cooler is a Deepcool LT 720 in white. The reason why I'm getting the cooler out, I really didn't need to pull that bag off, but I really need the hardware for it. I want to get it mounted to the board before I put the board in. Ah, okay. So it's different than what I thought it was. It's been a while since I've done an LT or an LS. They're the same mounting. But it's just these little studs that replace the plastic brackets, and they use the back plate, the metal back plate that comes with the motherboard. So you do need that. So if you're buying one of these for an AMD kit or build, make sure you have your back plate. So that will be a requirement. And if you don't have one, there's a ton available online to buy. I think Micro Center even carries them. Almost forgot my IO shield. Alright, so now we're proceeding with mounting the motherboard to the case. Total of 9 screws. There's 4. Can't stop this feeling of building a PC. This itch. Don't worry, guys. I won't become a professional musician. I won't quit my day job. Alright, there we go. We're all mounted up. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, one thing I want to check with this AIO before we move forward is if we're going to fit fans both on the top and the bottom. And it looks like the answer to that question is maybe. It looks like we could do it. It'll be tight. Gotta get our cables plugged in here at the top first before we do anything. But it's a possibility. These are just our fan headers that I'm dealing with. I have our fan option, CPU option, and our CPU fan header both built out. Since we're going to have a total of 6 fans, I have them split. That way we can control each of those. Next is our addressable RGB connection for our bottom fans. They're going to be Fantech fans in white. Yo, let's build! Thanks for switching it up on me. Go from kick to twitch to twitch to kick. Thank you, man. Alright, so we gotta get our power cables up here, our EPS, CPU power cables. And I've got kit for that. and it's probably going to bounce around over here and then kind of sneak back around. So it's going to do a weird loopity-loop here. Loopity-loop, loopity-loop, loopity-loop. That's for sure. We're going to have to go around the radiator. Don't think we're going to sneak under this one. So slapping a few cable combs on this one real quick. And then we'll get it into position. And then the second one is actually only a 4-pin UPS, so we split this cable up. Just a 4. But we do need to put some cable combs on it real quick. So it stays fancy. There we go. Now, it'll probably end up looking something like that. It's going to get pushed out of the way by the radiator. The only thing we have to really worry about is our pump, our AIO pump. Hey, what's up, I Got Swords? How's it going over there on Kick? What's up, bro? Sorry, I'm getting thirsty. So really just this AIO pump is the only thing that we got to worry about now. That's on the block. Doing fine. That's good, man. How's everybody doing over there? Everybody's PC's running good and crisp. As good as they could be. Oh, just busy. No, I hear you, man. It's been pretty busy over here too, man. But I am not complaining about that. I'm dropping these rubber washers on here to help with vibrations, to help with noise. And this is the backside that's going to be on the radiator. They're just little rubber washers, and they will dampen the noise a little bit. Helps out a bit. The deep cool fans have those already on there. I won't have to do it to them. I'm gonna go crisscross on these because I don't know if I have any. Well, I guess I could. I've got some down the box. Oh, look, twist ties. I love twist ties, guys. You guys know how much I love twist ties. We love twist ties. We love twist ties so much. More twist ties. So, this is going to be a unique situation that you won't see every day. Number one, we got to get our pump plugged in. Number two, this is going to fly off. Deal with that later. Number three, we're going to get all our fan cables in the hole. Okay. Now that we have that situation sorted out, next up on our list, probably to get this guy routed too while we're here. Hopefully it stays in place. I'm going to stand this bad boy up. Not going to, so whatever. Deal with it when we deal with it. Take the top off. Then we're going to try to cram 3 more fans in there. And I do need screws. Need radiator screws. That's probably all that I need. I'm gonna need more of these though, in the future. Zip ties. Twist ties. I hate twist ties. I like zip ties. Zip ties are easy. Twist ties suck. There's always 5,000 of them. I am not prepared. I am not mentally prepared to deal with this right now. But it's okay. More twist ties. Did I mention there's more twist ties? More twist ties. When you build enough PCs and all you do is untwist twist ties, starting to question things in life. Gonna double check to make sure our fans are all facing the right way and nothing's gonna get pinched in between. Okay. Like I mentioned, I'm not mentally prepared for this. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What's in the way? So the cables, the EPS cables, are slightly in the way. Ever so slightly in the way. Hey, I got swords, thanks. Thanks for that resub. Appreciate you, sir. Trying to get through this last piece here. We could get this installed. Tight fit though. I'll give you that. It is a tight fit. But I think we're gonna get it. Getting there. I feel like Anakin Skywalker and his pod racers at the moment. Eight months strong, brother. Well, thank you, sir. Your loyalty is noticed. Ah, well, thanks. Hey, you get to see me fight with radiators. Sometimes I call them names. There we go. Radiator fan sandwich completed. Now we just need to wipe this stuff off. I need a towel. Damn it. The whole point of the towel is to not get it on my fingers, and I got it on my fingers anyway. Come on, Ben. Now I have thermal paste everywhere. Can I just say the fact that you have built 595 PCs already this year is freaking awesome? What can I say? I'm kind of a big deal around here. No. Yeah, but a lot of them, you know, like smaller builds like that too are included. I'm not counting like the just it's every single build I've done this year, and it's been picking up. So, and you know, one of those builds it's like an hour long, so the smaller ones, if that. So this is the Cryonaut Extreme. Very expensive little tube of paste. This little guy right here is $20. Which makes it almost the same value as gold. Not really, no. Why did I do that before I put these on? Now I gotta put the brackets on the block, because I got my expensive paste just sitting there. Because you're special. I'm not. Alright, and then we want the tube spacing down. If we could manage that. Yeah, I want to know if I'm going to be able to break 1,000 PCs this year. I haven't been able to break 1,000 in a year yet. Officially. Unofficially, I think I did, but I wasn't really counting. But now I'm counting. Something for you guys to kind of keep track of, I guess, a stat. You really can't keep track of my KD. You could probably go look me up on PUBG though. PUBG stats, or my current game that I'm like into is Beyond All Reason, which is more of an RTS game. When did I start using this? The Extreme? I use them for specific builds, but this one I wanted to make sure we did. On the, I just wanted, it was on, he wanted the best possible, so that's what we went with. Best possible. Like, there really isn't a need for that unless you're going to have the CPU cooler on for an extremely long time, so it's really only something I would use on water blocks, like custom open loops, because we're not going to be taking that water block off, hopefully, for a long time. With AIOs, it's a lot easier to take those off and replace the thermal paste without having to undo an entire loop. So the Thermal Grizzly is a lot cheaper, not that much cheaper, but it's still cheaper. The regular Thermal Grizzly Cryonaut, which is this guy that I normally use. This stuff is the extreme version of that. It just lasts a little longer. I don't think there's much of a temperature difference. It just will last longer. Gotta double check these because I went into the talking phase. So it's not that I'm like, it's just, I don't know, the guy wanted the best of the best, so we got the best of the best stuff here. That's what I would recommend for the budget. So the paste hasn't changed. Still the same stuff. We're going to take the time to zip tie these two cables up to make it look pretty on the front side as it runs up towards the top of the case from the block of the CPU. You want to make sure it looks pretty. There should be enough. Might need to do one more. I've learned with this cooler that we do not want to take that plastic off until basically he's picking it up. Because if my hands go back in here, one little touch of this thing does weird things to the plastic mirror finish. Got a mirror finish right here on the block. There's plastic on it right now covering it up. I don't want to take that off until my hands are done being in this PC. There you go. CPU, fan, radiator sandwich thing. That I am using an ASUS board? Well, I mean, most of those problems have been solved now, but I'm not like Jay's 2 cents where I'm boycotting ASUS. And if I remember correctly, he said he had an ASUS or a power cooler. One of the two. Card. Because I don't have the card for this build. He's providing the card from his existing build, so he's upgrading his platform. He had an older platform, and I believe he's upgrading to a better platform here, so he can really use his 6800 XT, is what he has. And so I don't have the card here. When he comes and picks it up, because he's a local customer, that's when we're going to install the card. Install the card. So I have an RTX 3060 here that I'm going to put in this build just to make sure it posts. make sure it fires up, install Windows, all that stuff. Just to get it started and all that. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with using ASUS. Most of those problems have been solved now, so with BIOS updates, and really it's kind of limited to the 3D chips. Rare to see it on a non 3D 7000 series CPU. That's really where the problem was. This isn't a 3D series, this is a 7900X. But I have definitely noticed a significant shift in request for Intel over AMD after that issue has come up. Significant. Like when I am talking to people about builds and custom builds, I've had literally everybody just steer clear of AMD. Even their graphics cards, even though you get more bang for your buck on most of the mid-tier cards, like the 7600 is way better than your 3600 or your 4600. Better value. But anyway, everybody's been steering clear of AMD since those issues have come up. That really sucked for AMD. I'll say that. All right. So now that that's done, we just got to get some of the front panel connections done. Then we have the power supply to deal with, and some power supply cable extensions. Whoops. That's our power supply tray filter that popped off there. And then all these great, lovely cables to play with in the back. that I'm going to have oh so much fun with. Today when I woke up, I was like, oh man, I really wish I could deal with a whole bunch of cables on the back of the PC today. And my wish came true. I'm just kidding. Hey, it's Yeston. It's a Yeston card. Nice. Yes, that's right. I think you told me that. Yeah. Yeston's a good card. I haven't actually gotten to build with an AMD Yeston card before. I've never seen them in action in person. Wanted to swap out to this white cable because that black cable was an eyesore. A little bit of an eyesore. All right. Well, I guess let's get the rest of those cables through. We got USB-C, USB 3, front panel, audio. And I think there's a RGB connection on this one too. Here's our USB 3 and USB-C. We're going to run those back up here towards the top. Oh, that's HD audio, my bad. You need to untangle though. Go down that way. This guy needs to run right here. Ah! I got attacked by a little miss. You going to bed? Alright, let me give you a hug and a kiss. Oh, yeah, we're on. Oh. There we go. Oh, keep it on. Say goodnight. Say goodnight, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Say little miss is going to bed. Hey, no but. All right. Yep, all done. Love you. Yes, good night, little Bess. She's off to dream of something. Probably Reese's. She's a Reese's girl like her daddy. But I'm not a Reese's girl. I'm a Reese's boy. Just want to clarify there. Front panel. And then we have... Damn, that thing keeps popping up. RGB and fan header. There we go. So we got the majority of our connections back here towards the front. This is USB-C, which is our front panel USB-C. Can't quite see with the hose is in the way. Okay. Damn, I thought I had it the right way. And then this is USB 3.0. There we are. And then down here towards the bottom, we have our front panel, which is our power button. And any of the LEDs for activity lights. We also have our chassis fans, which are our front fans. I forgot we're going to be putting a back fan on there yet. I say that because, oops, I already put the radiator in. Now it's going to be a pain in the butt to get those cables through there. You guys are in for a treat. There we go. So we got our front panel connections on, but now I need a fan. Let me go see if I have a 140. I should have one. I have 1,000,001 fans here. These are all 120s. That sucks. The black 140s, non-RGB. Or 120. Hey, shoot. Looks like we're doing 120. Okay. Where is that fan? We're actually missing a fan for this build. I just gotta double check to make sure I did actually. There's a possibility I messed up and didn't order it. Or it just never showed up and I thought it was already here. I did order it. usually with this build, I'll do a Cooler Master 140 millimeter. Yeah, it's not here, and I did not order it, so I messed up somewhere. So I just ordered it. The fan is actually going to be here tomorrow. Apologies. But the rear fan is supposed to be a Cooler Master MF. Master fan is actually what it stands for. Not Mother MF. Master fan. I'm hoping it's fine. I bought it off of Newegg from the manufacturer. Oh yeah, then it's fine. As long as you bought it from the manufacturer on Newegg, it should be perfectly fine. But anyway, fan's not here. My bad. It should have been here. It should have been ordered. I don't know why it didn't get ordered. And it is ordered, so it'll be here actually tomorrow. And then I'll get that installed really quick. So, no crisis, just couldn't do it here on the stream. So I'm not going to install a back fan because we're going to be putting a 140mm Cooler Master MF140, which has addressable RGB, and it flows very nicely with this build, especially with the RGB strip on the side here and on the front, which was the specific design that I wanted for this build. Beautiful fan. And they're not cheap. They're like 30 bucks for a single fan. But they move a lot of air. So that's why I want it on the rear. Alright, so now I'm just doing the cable combs for the 24-pin power cable, or power cable extension. Then we'll get that on there, and then we'll slap the power supply in there, and then slap a graphics card in there, and then... Hey, can you tell me if that Yeston card has 2 or 3 PCIe 8-pin connections on it? That is actually something I would like to know for getting these cables ready. I mean, not a big deal. I can always do it when you're here. Okay, Ben, gotta scoot and take a shower. Oh, no worries, man. Think of me when you're naked in the shower. I mean, sorry. Jesus. Don't do that. And then hit the bed. Or you can think of that there. No, I'm just kidding. You can have a great rest of your stream. Thanks, man. You too. I'll pop in and try to pop in on your next stream, too. Haven't seen you go live, actually, in a while. It's been a minute. Maybe I'm just missing the notifications somewhere. It's been a bit. Oh, okay. I hear ya. It's been busy, man. I hear ya. Busy work. Busy working. New puppy is taking a lot of my time. Oh yeah. Those little runts will do it. They'll take up all your time. But I'll be back at it eventually. No worries, man. No worries at all. I'm sure we'll all be here. I'll just be here building, man. But family first, always. Yes, sir. Always. I think everybody in this community would understand that and agree. Fine, stay on. Okay. Here's our 1,000 watt power supply by MSI. Good night. I got swords. We'll see you around, man. 1,000 watt MSI MPG. I've really liked these power supplies so far. They've done really good. They have the PCIe 5.0, so whenever you are ready to upgrade, sir, you will have the 16-pin PCIe 5.0 cable already there, ready to go. Also, ATX 3.0 compatible. Ready. In other words, this is your fancy new type of power supply that you'll see nowadays. And it's got 1,000 watts and it's 80 plus gold. Alright, so we're going to mount probably... Do you want all of these cables on your power supply? Or do you have a preference of which ones? I mean, obviously the ones that we need, but also another reason why I was asking about that graphics card. I think it's PCIe 8-pin on that thing. On that Yeston RX 6800. Almost done with this build though. We just got to slap this power supply in there, do a little bit of cable management, and put in a card for temporary setup. Then we get to fire this bad boy up and see if it runs. Although why wouldn't it? It'll work. This is a backdoor power supply, which means you have to put this little frame on the power supply, slide it through the back door on the back side of the PC, and then mount it that way, which means all the cables have to run through the back side. It's only nice when you plug in all the cables before you put the power supply in. That's really the only time this scenario or design is nice. Outside of that, have all the cables on the power supply, it's a big pain in the ass. But it's okay. Doesn't take much to do it. You know, grab your cables and pull it through, slide it in, screw it on. Swing. Okay, so now we have this big monster mess of cables to clean up. Oh boy. Like I said, this is something I look forward to daily. First thing I'm going to do is get these cables plugged in. These are our CPU EPS cables. We've got 3 shorties. There's RGB. Goes over here. Goes for our long ones. Or vice versa. Doesn't matter. RGB. Shorty. I must have pushed it both through here then. B. Shorty here. Shorty. Ah, shorty. Shorty. And we have an RGB. And a long guy. And what we'll do with these, of course, after we finish getting these plugged in, we'll route them this general direction. Ow. Bump the mic. Why not? Actually send these ones back up through here. You don't want them just overlapping down there. Rather than overlap up here. James's PC, yes. Sexy AF. Yes, it's beautiful, isn't it? Cable management, at least this is the backside. If the backside looks this good, that means the front side's got to look good, right? Although that's not always the case. Just doing some of the cable management, make it look nice and perfect. That's how we do things over here. We got it really clean right now. Love it. Just gotta clean up some of this up here. And then we gotta clean up some of this down here. And we're pretty much golden. I saw the front, it was pretty clean. Yeah, we'll flip it back over here in just a moment. I gotta put the temporary graphics card in there so we can fire it up. I'm gonna be putting an RTX 3060 in there temporarily. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna paint your system with NVIDIA when it's an AMD build. But I don't have another AMD card on hand here, or I would totally do that. Hey, while you're here, do you know how many PCIe cables your 6800 XT uses? Is it just the 2, or does it have 3? Some of them have 3. So it should be an 8-pin option on your card that looks similar to this. Does it have 2 of those or just 1? You think it's got 2? Right on. And then do you know which way the clip goes? It'll matter if the clip is facing up or facing down based on what direction I put the combs. If not, then I'll just wait and we'll do it when you're here. I'll probably just do that. Just to make sure. We have white cables for that card. don't know what direction they're going to be on the card. I've not used the Yeston card. I could go look it up too. You know what? I'm going to go look it up before I do this. Really quick, look it up. It's definitely 2. It looks like the clips are facing up of the card. So we know which way they want to go. That way they're ready to go. Oh, and it's true what they say. There's perfume on the card. Oh my gosh. Point up. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just went up and looked it up on their website just to make sure. So there's actual perfume on the card. Yeah, I gotta give it to like the super, like Yeston and Max Sun and stuff like that. They are super creative with their stuff. I don't think anybody like MSI or Asus or anybody like that is thinking about putting perfume on their cards anytime soon. I'll put one more in here. Perfect. There we go. One done. 4 to go. 1 cable done. 1 cable to go. 4 combs to go. Ah, crap. All right. Oh, I gotta flip this around. Send these through. Not tangled up. But they're clean. Clean, 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 clean. Come on. Work with it. Go. We gotta clean those up a little bit. All right, so that's the backside with the cable management. Pretty clean, I would say. Flip it over and look at the front side, minus the graphics card's not in here yet. These actually need to get pushed in a little bit. Those will be there for the card. That looks pretty clean. Very clean. We're missing the fan. The fan will be here tomorrow. I apologize about that. I don't know where I messed that up, but apparently didn't order the fan, even though it was in my cart for the order. Just got missed. So it's on its way. It will be here tomorrow, and I will get that in there. I do have to say, though, the fan shroud is really nice looking. Yes. Yes. Yeah, this is a super clean case. The AIO up here really worked out nicely. Blends very nicely with the build, with the theme. You're gonna like this block when you see it powered on. It is super, super clean. And then, you know, really the only thing missing is our fan, which again, it's gonna be here tomorrow. our graphics card, which I'm going to slap this RTX 3060 in there real quick so we can get it posted and so I can start working on the software side. But the fan will be here tomorrow, and it'll actually be here before I'm probably even done with this thing, software side of it. So that means we'll be in good shape. Well done. It's not overwhelming, as others said it is. Yeah. Gotta bury your nose in the fan to actually smell it. Well, I mean, when it's spinning, you might smell it pretty good then. Alright, so I've got, I'm going to use one of these cables, the card right now. The other one will just kind of sit here for now. Alright, let's put those back panels on real quick. We'll fire it up, see what happens. Hopefully, damn it, hopefully I built it right. It powers up in post. Sorry, I gotta put a zip tie here. It's bothering me. I was gonna leave it, but it's bothering me too much. Since we're doing a white build, we're going to put the back panel back on. That way, it doesn't have a background when we fire it up. That's a door. So if you ever need to get into the back, it's just a door. I mean, I like how they described it on Toasty Bros vid. Oh yeah, I actually didn't see that one. Yes, they're very well known for their fan shrouds. Their designs are super unique. They are very well known for that. All right, let me clean up some of this from the build, and then we'll get it plugged in and fired up. Just got to clear some of this mess. All the extra cables and screws from the build, they're all going back to you. That if you ever go to upgrade anything, you have all of the hardware to do it from the build. Every screw, every piece of hardware. Except for the brackets. At that point, you're going to be buying a new cooler anyway if you go switch platforms. I just throw those away. Okay, so let's get this plugged in. Then I'm going to switch the view as well for you. Not going to be using the HDMI because we're going to be using the capture card. Nice. Alright, let's change the view. Let's actually change the view. We can actually bring it in a little closer too. All right. And it looks like my webcam is off here. All right, so you guys ready? You ready for me to hit this power button and see what happens? Let's do it. Boom. Immediately you start getting an RGB tan. Looks a little naked without its rear fan. So this is DDR5. DDR5 does take a minute to post. We just got to give it a minute here. It also would help if I actually had the monitor on. Oops. But the capture card would have picked it up anyway on the screen. Also, I haven't used this card before, so I don't even know the status of it. I'm pretty sure it works. Giving it a minute. Where's our debug lights, though? Well, I mean, we do have a keyboard post. Maybe it's my capture card. Might be that too, because I might actually not have it plugged in. Working. So I see the keyboard lit up, which means it's telling me that it is posted. Well, okay then. Maybe the card is jacked. Possible, like I said, this card might be jacked. And I just thought of this, but I do have a Radeon card in that build right there. Oh, there we go. No, it's posted. Let me just reboot it real quick. So it switches over to DisplayPort instead of the HDMI that I was just using. And then we should have it on the capture card. Maybe. Maybe it's a problem with my capture card. Interesting. Well, we know it posts. That's the important thing. I'm not gonna get into the what the deal is right now. So I'll deal with that later. Either way, we've got a solid post. So we just need to finish up the software side, and then we'll be able to have you come by with your graphics card. We'll slap that in there, and then we'll finish putting this thing together. But I'll just show you that it's posted there. That's the actual screen. Here's my quick version of the fix. I'll take the camera and point it at the screen. But we're all posted up. For some reason, the capture card is not working right now. And then, you know, we'll clean up the graphics card cables once we have your graphics card in there. Make sure they're all nice and clean. Nice and neat. But I mean, it's clean. Clean build. Just got to get that fan and that card in there, and then it's good to go after the software. Got any questions on the build, man? Hey, and then also, did you want Windows 10 or Windows 11 on there? I know we have Windows 11 by default and Windows 10 Pro by request. I'm just in awe right now. 11 is fine. All right. Yeah, it's gonna look even better with that rear fan and the graphics card in there. Sorry, I'm gonna block the way there as I plug my Windows USB in there. But we're gonna have to do a BIOS update, get the XMP profile set, do the Windows 11 installation, do all the drivers. We're gonna not do the graphics card drivers until your card's in there. So that's one of the last things we'll have to do. So it'll be about 20 to 30 minutes while you're here with the card, just to make sure it's all plugged in good and cleaned up. And then obviously the drivers. And then I do want to run a quick benchmark on it just to make sure it's, you know, solid with that card in there. You can also vertical that card in this case, by the way. It does have the vertical mount here. Or you can even buy a universal bracket for it. But you can go vertical with that card. You just need a PCIe riser cable. Which I think I do actually have one here. Just I don't think it's going to fit the case right. You need the Fantex riser kit. Yeah, I told you you'd like this one. Yeah, this one's fancy. As white as it pretty much can get, unless we went, you know, a little more on the board, but it just becomes stupid expensive when you start spending that kind of money on a motherboard. And it's snappy fast too. Like, I'm installing Windows, the installation just started, and it's gonna blow through this like it's nothing with that 990 Pro in there. It's already at, you know, 12%, 13%, 20%, moving fast. So the read-write speeds on that thing is disgusting. It's really fancy. Yeah, for sure. Clean. So we'll get that rear fan installed when that shows up tomorrow, and then I'll let you know when it's all set. And then you can come by with your card and we'll put that in there. And then you can take it home and enjoy it. But from here, I'm going to probably end the stream. I've got to finish this one up and then that one back there. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. This is my first serious build. Awesome. Well, I'm glad. Thank you for picking me to do the build for you. I enjoyed it. It was a fun build, outside of all the twist ties. I don't like twist ties. I'm just kidding. It was a fun build. And I really like this case a lot. Super clean. Oh. Awesome. Trust me, you will. Awesome. Well, all right. Windows is loading up for the first time. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And make sure you tell everybody where you got your build from. If you know anybody else that needs or is looking for a gaming PC and you want them to have this experience, let them know. It's a really nice case, to be fair. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is a really nice... like I said, this case has got to be probably outside of the Landcool 216 by Leon Lee, and they're, I guess, the 011s. I mean, this case has got to be one of the top 5 cases of 2023, in my opinion. It houses all the large hardware. They look great. The value is there. It has a lot of cool features to it. Super good with airflow, like unbelievably good with airflow. And then their white or black version, both of them are super clean. So Fantex did a really good job on these cases. Have a good night, guys. I'm gonna jump off. I'll see you next time.